something else that seems like a lot of show, but maybe little substance. Six Underground. Uh, Dave, Michael Bay dropping this Netflix heater starring Ryan Reynolds and I don't really know.
Corey Hawkins,
Yeah, I guess
Melanie
Corey
Laurent.
Hawkins. Yeah, Melanie Laurent. I'm down with. So what'd you think of Six Underground?
I was going to actually ask you, would you have watched this if it wasn't for content purposes?
No, there's no shot.
Are you a Michael Bay guy? Have you? I've actually realized I've watched damn near all of his movies. I've seen all the Transformers, Bad Boys, Pain and Gain. The only one I haven't seen 13 Hours. I haven't seen The Rock. But Armageddon, of course, everyone's seen that. Do you have any like movies of his that are touchstones for you?
Well, yeah, The Rock is great. Armageddon's great. Bad Boys 2, also great. Maybe the first Transformers, pretty good. And then that's about it. Yeah, I'm not super into like just the watching stuff blow up and like crazy action, but it can be fun sometimes. And I get why Netflix would want Michael Bay to make a movie for them, right? Because this is the type of like mindless movie going that people clamor for, because it's exactly that. They turn it on, they watch it explode, it looks really cool, it looks pretty good, and that's it. And you don't need to really think about it, you don't need to try to interpret if you don't want to. I think maybe he tries to get some other themes in here, like there seems like there's a Fast and Furious type like family theme going on here, or we're all we got, but like very mildly touched on. And yeah, that's about it. Would you have
Yeah,
watched this?
I would have. I would have. Like honestly, like Michael Bay is like a technician when it comes to directing action.
Mm-hmm.
And in this case, because it's Netflix, they just gave him a blank check. Reportedly 150 million. Kind of sounds low for a budget when you watch this movie, to be
Yeah.
honest. Everything's on location all over the world. Plenty of CGI as well. But the CGI isn't quite as in your face as something like Transformers. There's plenty of practical stuff in this movie as well. But because it's Michael Bay unrestrained, the prospect of that would have got me to watch it. But as you said, I think actually this movie is better if you don't think about it too much, because the movie does not stand up to any kind of deeper thought, because from a plot perspective, it's completely incomprehensible. But that's also really neither here nor there. We're not watching that. We're watching attractive people. Some of them are quite famous. Do crazy shit. And because it's Michael Bay, it's really crazy shit. I think that first 20 minutes or so, that car chase in Florence, certainly implausible. I just don't see how you can race around Florence that long. But having been there, you've been there too. It's like, I don't know. Florence, I don't know about this. Isn't as accurate, but that car chase is fucking thrilling.
Oh yeah.
And Dave Franco, as you mentioned to me off air, definitely getting that bag in a fun way. Just kind of doing Dave Franco things.
Mm-hmm.
And
for like 30 minutes, 20 minutes or whatever. It's great.
And like, I'm kind of disappointed that the end thing with the magnets was spoiled by the trailer, because I think that's actually a really awesome set piece. And you also watch people do parkour and get stabbed and shot. And yeah, it's pretty fun. But, you also don't want to think about it too hard, because these people are just vigilantes fucking murdering people. And this movie shows lots of people dying. Civilians, cops, everyone. It's wanton death in this film.
In very graphic ways. Like I keep thinking about when who is it? Corey Hawkins puts the grenade in that guy's mouth and pulls the pin. God, just insane
shit. Even the Corey Hawkins flashback where he's on the sniper roof and he watches his guys get blown up by a rocket. Like, that's kind of like a really visceral shot, obviously completely generated, but like watching everyone explode with a missile and, and their soldiers, it's like, geez. But yeah, I just like it for the audacity of the whole enterprise.
Yeah, it's even hard to like rate this movie. So right now I think it has like a 32% on Rotten Tomatoes or
not
something
good.
like that. But I mean, when you go into this movie, I mean, what are people really looking for?
Yeah,
Like,
it's about expectations.
yeah, and like the scenes where I'm forgetting which one it is. Was it Ben Hardy,
Yes.
S3 when he's like running around parkouring everywhere? Like that shit's awesome to watch. It's so much fun,
Mm.
especially after Corey Hawkins like shoots out a big tank of water to save the
Yeah,
rest of
the
them.
big pool thing.
Yeah, like that whole scene is awesome, and it actually feels like if I had one critique, I like when in these movies it keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I felt like that scene was so big, how they were trapped in that tower and had to get
Right.
out,
Hong
and
Kong.
he shoots, yeah, and then he's running around, and then the way it kind of ends, where they get the guy out of there and throw him out to out of the helicopter.
Right.
That off the yacht just didn't feel as like big to me, so I was kind of like like that's not as cool as the last one I saw. But other than
Sure.
that, I was just like, man, I'm not expecting anything. Ryan Reynolds was trying to be his like charming, goofy self, and he was definitely goofy. I don't know if it landed, but it was fine.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing I didn't expect it to be so meta.
Right.
Like I really self-referential to the real world, where he's citing 8 Mile lyrics or Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, this is Reynolds. Once he reestablished himself and became a success, this is the Reynolds we get. This is Detective Pikachu. This is Deadpool. This is what he does.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of interesting to think about him as being this like philanthropist, vigilante mastermind.
Mm-hmm.
But he's got to roll with it. And I did like one of his lines when he's explaining the plan, and it's not a great explanation. It's still hard to follow what they're actually doing. But in the beginning, when he's explaining the plan to his team, and he has these cups, and he's like, "With the four generals, quattro cunts." I laughed really hard. I thought that was hilarious. There's a few other moments. Cool to see Ben Hardy doing some stuff, but he was in Bohemian Rhapsody.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, he was in X-Men Apocalypse. But
yep.
Interesting if he's a guy. And Corey Hawkins hasn't done anything super notable since Straight Outta Compton. So I hope more people see these eyes. And Melanie Laurent, where have you been since Inglourious Bastards? Back in Europe. We know where you've been, but get the bag.
I was gonna say I want to see Melanie Laurent in more things because she's so good in Bastards and pretty much everything I've seen her in. And this, I mean, yeah, I don't think you can judge any of these actors on if they're good or not by their performance.
They just look good doing it.
Movie. Exactly. So, yeah, Six Underground. It doesn't. I mean, you're already buying Netflix, so if you have it, just throw it on. You'll watch.
Honestly, watch the first half hour. Just watch that first car chase. You'll get the idea.
Yeah.
And if you want to stop there, I don't blame you. But I think it's action that's like going for in such a way. I think it's at least worth taking a peek at.